All right, guys, welcome back. This is Eric here with Iraq Veteran 8888. Today we're going to be doing a revisit video on the Desert Tech MDR. You guys may recall the previous video that we shot on this rifle, and we were having a few issues here and there, and we mentioned, alluded that we'd send it back for them to have a look at it. They've corrected some of the issues. It's not exactly a mystery that, you know, a lot of YouTubers that have been sent these rifles to play around with have had some issues. I know Garand Thumb had some issues with his. I know Tim might have had an issue or two. This rifle's gone through a few growing pains, primarily related to the gas system, but they seem to have gotten a lot of it, you know, sorted out and everything like that. We've been following the development of this rifle for quite some time. And in case you didn't catch our initial video on it, a few of the features that make it pretty unique and interesting is, you know, one, this is a rifle that can be readily converted over to other calibers, which is really cool with one chassis system. So we do have a 5.56 conversion barrel that we're going to be testing out today in this to convert it over to 5.56. Right now we're in 308. We're wearing the same primary arms ACSS Griffin Mill optic that we used in the first video, as well as the SDN6 suppressor from AAC. And then we're just running ball ammunition, which seems to be doing quite well. Other than a few shots that I pulled, the group down there looks pretty nice at 300 yards. We're just gonna be shooting the gun at 300 today. So the initial issue that we had out of the rifle was that even on the highest gas setting, it wasn't locking the bolt to the rear even with a suppressor. So what they did with this is now it has a 7-position gas plug, and we've actually already done some experimenting. And right now we have it on the number 2 setting. Now the number 2 gas plug setting is what they recommend for suppressed shooting, and that's where we have it set right now. We actually did dial the gas down to the 1 setting, which is even lower, and the bolt was still locking to the rear with the suppressor on the rifle. So it gives us a lot of flexibility. Now we're not having to max out that gas to get the bolt to lock to the rear. So I think they had just a little bit of like suppressor setting issues and kind of getting the gas system adjusted out just right. But this rifle has gone back to Desert Tech, and the turnaround was really quick, and they got the gas system checked out and upgraded and everything. Okay, we're gonna just shoot a single shot and just see how this gas system does. Now we've got it on the number 2 setting, which is the recommended suppressor setting. Okay. Let's give it a shot. Be chambered up. Yeah, okay. Okay, 1 shot. Okay, so what happens when this thing ejects is it's a lot like some of the other forward ejecting bullpups that are on the market. The brass kind of stays in there, so the brass won't actually pop out until we close the bolt, but we want to know if the bolt was going to lock to the rear, so I'm going to drop the mag. All right, so the bolt locked to the rear. We're going to test that just a couple of times, and like I said, we did test that functionality on the number 1 setting, and it seemed to lock back, what, about 3 or 4 times we tested it, Chad?
Yeah, every time we shot it.
So that was really the only like major detractor from the first time we took this rifle out, was that just that on the suppressor setting, even on the high gas setting, it just wasn't locking the bolts to the rear. It just wasn't getting enough gas.
Yeah, it was just basically under gas, man.
Okay, well, it seems to be in good shape. Okay, so there we go. What winds up happening, guys, is, you know, if we're running this on the number 2 setting suppressed, if we were going to run it loud, we could probably bump it up to 4, which would be kind of in the middle, to run it just with standard ball ammunition. If you get into some adverse situations where, let's just say the gun's getting really dirty, or you got some dirty ammo or maybe underpowered ammunition, you can bump that gas setting on up towards 7, and that'll get you a little more gas to help the gun cycle a little bit more readily, okay? You know, this rifle, again, I've been kind of like thinking about, and again, we're going to test a single shot lock back thing here. I've been thinking like what the best purpose of this rifle is. And really, I feel like it's really at home as like a personal defense rifle for the house, but also as a hog hunting rifle. I know Tim at Military Arms Channel loves this rifle for, you know, hunting and everything like that. He takes it hog hunting and everything. I haven't had a chance to hunt with it yet, but I could picture this rifle maneuvering inside of a blind or a tight space or, you know, a small trail or something really well. And I believe that that's where this rifle really excels. Okay. All right. I think it's clear to see that it is locking to the rear. We're going to go ahead and test it a few more times. And I'll shoot another mag for fun, and then we're going to switch it over to 5.56. See what that's all about. Now, the 5.56 kit, okay. The 5.56 kit, what that deals with, okay, what I did there, I think I felt my hand hit that bolt stop, and I think the bolt did lock to the rear, but I think I hit it with my hand. That's one thing I've noticed about this rifle, depending on the way that you hold it, is if you have your hand up under here, you can hit that bolt stop. And that could be something that some of you might run into as well. But yeah, good stuff. All right, I'm gonna make a legitimate effort just to keep my hand out of the way down there, and it should be good. Yep, I think they got that sorted out, guys. One more time, just to be kind of thorough here. Okay. Yep, and we're good to go there. You know, this rifle is a really neat concept. I like the fact that you can change the ejection port side. I mean, it is readily interchangeable for, you know, being ambidextrous, complete ambidextrous use, safety, magazine release. Obviously, the bolt stop is centrally located, and then being able to swap the ejection. And then you combine that with the fact that you've got caliber conversions. It's a pretty cool setup. I know that they can really go further down the rabbit hole with that if they want as time goes on. Right now, there's a 5.56 conversion. What I didn't finish my thought earlier, what I was going to say was that with the conversion kit, what you have to change out is the barrel, the bolt, the ejection port cover. That's what made me think about that. And then there's a magwell adapter. So we're gonna go ahead and put this in 5.56 and give it a try. We're gonna put an OSS Helix, I'm sorry, I can't talk today, on the 5.56 setup, and let's give it a shot, see how it does. Give it a try. All right, guys, we got the 5.56 kit installed in the MDR here, and we've done some initial test firing. We had to get the gas system adjusted a little bit because we are running an OSS Helix. This suppressor does really good at mitigating a lot of the back pressure, so you actually have to increase the gas in a lot of platforms to get it to run properly. We had a couple of rounds kind of hang up a little bit in the action. I don't know how well, you probably aren't going to be able to see too well, but a few of these pieces of brass got dinged up a little bit. But once we got that gas set up, I think now it's on like 4. Okay, we bumped it up a few notches, getting proper gas, we should be looking good. The recoil impulse on the 5.56 is excellent. Accuracy so far seems to be pretty dang good. It took Chad roughly about 20 minutes to perform the conversion for the first time. With a little bit of time, you know, doing it a few times, you could probably do it in 10 or 15 minutes, no problem. It's a magwell, bolt, your ejection port cover, barrel, and then we had to do a little bit of song and dance to get the fore end off, but not too bad, okay? We're gonna shoot it a bit. All right, so now we're in 5.56. All right, same optic, the ACSS Griffin Mill. Let's give it a shot. We're running, this is Lithuanian 62 grain SS109. Okay.
Big gong at 3?
Yeah.
Send it.
Yeah, that brass seems like it's getting out there a lot better now that we got the gas tuned up. Going for the target on the left, the D28.
Go for it.
I'll take that. I mean, that's probably a fist-sized group at 300. Mm-hmm. Not bad.
Definitely more accurate than the 30 cal.
It certainly is accurate. Let's try our coyote down there.
Right over the back. Right over the back. Right over the back. Well, he's out of here.
That poor coyote. What did he do to deserve all that? Yeah, it's starting to heat up a little bit. I mean, I'm shooting fast too. You know, I'm happy with that group.
It's still putting them into, about a 1.5 to 2 MOA
When I
spread.
take my time, it's holding minute of angle, or maybe a little more than minute of angle. All right, that's a P mag. Let's put a 20 in here. You know, that's a nice fit right there.
Indeed.
20 round mag, or heck, even a 10 rounder, and going out and hunting coyotes, groundhogs, gophers.
Gophers.
We do have a gopher down there. Let's try our gopher. Now, this is 300 yards away. One thing I want to mention about the 5.56 conversion kit is that it is a 223 wild chamber. And if you guys don't know about wild chamberings, it's kind of a cool concept. So it's kind of like somewhere in between like a military chamber and a match grade chamber. So it's not quite match grade, but not quite as loose as military chamber.
More or less.
It's meant to be sort of a Goldilocks zone, okay? Let's give it a shot. Okay, so we had a piece of brass in there, that's normal. Okay, let's try our, oh yeah. Let's see here.
Now you see the error of your ways. Send it.
Grasshopper.
Impact. Right over the top of the head. Just past his back. Right by his head.
I will say that for a bullpup, this thing has a pretty respectable trigger. I do like that. All right, let's go back to our D28 over there. Very distinctive sound on the last round. Kind of a thud sound. All right, now, let's drop the mag. Let's see if the bolt held open on the last shot. If I push this lever up, it should eject the last case. Okay, good. So it seems like the number 4 setting for the OSS Helix is probably in the ballpark there.
Yeah, it's 4 supposed to be normal, so that's a no back pressure can. So you really just run it on the standard gas.
Yeah, so that makes perfect sense. Guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. We wanted to give OSS a fair shake. We did send our 308 MDR back to them to get some refurbishment done, and it seems that they've corrected some of the growing pains. It is a completely new platform, a new system. You start adding caliber changes and all of these things. It can allow some gremlins to sort of surface. So this is just our perspective. Guys, check out other videos. I know Tim has got great videos on the MDR. Garantham has excellent videos on the MDR. I know Ian and Carl over at InRange have put out numerous videos on the MDR. So if it's something you guys are considering, check out everybody's content and just kind of see what you think. I mean, because everybody seems to be having some slightly different results out of these. I have heard of a few people having maybe a few minor issues out of the 5.56 conversion kits. Ours obviously is not presenting a problem. I believe a lot of the malfunctions that people experience in these rifles are related to bad ammo, and they're also related to the gas system being improperly set up. But especially if you're running suppressed, once you get that gas system set just right, you're really not going to have a major problem. I dig it. I really prefer this to a Tavor. I like the Tavor. You know, the Tavor is a lightweight bullpup. Okay, it's got a lot of cool things going for it, and you can get the Geisley triggers, which is awesome that Bill is doing the Geisley triggers in the Tavor, so that's a nice upgrade in the Tavor with the Super Sabre bow, the lightning bow that they put in them, which is cool. But for an out-of-the-box rifle, especially with the 5.56 conversion, I have to say the 5.56 seems like it's a little more accurate. You know, Chad and I did some pretty extensive testing on the 30 cal. Go look at our first video on the MDR if you want. Check it out, see what you think. Guys, thanks so much for watching today's video. We really hope you enjoyed it. I definitely want to take a moment to thank all of our Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. Thank you for believing in what we do and supporting our efforts. All of you who purchase man cans, t-shirts over on the website, merchandise, all the funds that we earn off of those purchases go right back into supporting our channel and allowing us to put out great content. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Many more videos on the way.